Welcome, YouTube friends and family, from Kim and Frankie. He said he wanted to be in the video today, so hello, people. You want to get down? Okay, go play. He knows what it means when I get the ring light out. He's like, my mom's going to do a video, and I want to be on it. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, which I hope you will enjoy. And that is, we are going to make our own version of eraser sponges. So I'm not going to say or use the brand name because it is a trademarked brand name, except to show you the actual product. So I'm sure you've all seen in the store the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers, and this version is the kitchen version because it also contains the Blue Dawn dish liquid to help you cut grease. If you're cleaning a greasy stove or oven, you can use these erasers. And they look a little different because they have the blue stripe, which is where I think they impregnate the Dawn. What I can tell you about these is they work, but they're pricey, guys. They're so pricey. I don't know the exact price of the additional Blue Dawn. It may be the same. But if you buy the Mr. Clean brand on Amazon, you know prices on Amazon are all over the place. But let's say you only want a couple. They had a listing for two for $4.19. So that means it's about $2.10 a magic eraser. And if you've ever used, let me call them an eraser sponge, you know that they get small very quickly and don't last super long. So that's kind of pricey. They had 6 for $4.94, which is 82 cents per eraser sponge. I keep looking at my notes so I don't say the wrong word. And then 10 for $11.85, which actually makes them $1.19. So buying 6 was the best buy for the Mr. Clean brand of eraser sponge. So my son shared with me, so I give him full credit. He was like, Mom, why don't you make your own? And I'm like, because I don't know how. And he was like, it's super easy. So I've shared with you before, my son works in a coral propagation plant, I guess you would say, business, and they use a lot of melamine sponges. So what is a melamine sponge? It's a an eraser sponge, guys. I'm gonna try not to say the other word. So I purchased this on Amazon, and this is a pack of 50, so it may last me the rest of my natural lifetime. If you've never used an eraser sponge, they are great for getting scuff marks off of walls, stains up off of countertops, cleaning up baked on or burnt on grease on your stove or oven. They have a variety of uses, so they're definitely a good product. So what on earth is melamine, and why does it work as it does? So it's not our typical holy sponge. As you can see, it's much denser. And because the cells, or I will call them pores because it's not a natural made product, are so much closer together, it acts as a mild abrasive without scratching. So my big pack of 50 today on Amazon was $14.95, which makes them 3.3 cents each. You can buy 100 for $17.49, which makes them about 1.8 cents each. Even I don't need 100 eraser sponges, although I do like to clean. So what is the difference between just the plain melamine sponge and what you're buying when you buy the name brand that's called a magic eraser? So if you look at the ingredients on the back, in fact, let me get my reading glasses and I'll tell you what's in them. The reason I couldn't find any ingredients on these magic erasers by Mr. Clean is that they tell you right on there that Dawn is in it. So they have a few different varieties. I had to go to their website. The plain version is nothing but a plain melamine sponge that you just wet and use to scrub with. Today, I'm going to make a more cleaning version of an eraser sponge, and I wanted to share it with you and bring you along. So the first thing I'm going to do here, let me adjust you just a little bit, is I have just an ordinary container. I have a measuring cup, some baking soda, and some borax. Now, you can certainly just use them plain. You can use them with some Dawn dish liquid or other blue dish liquid, but not a requirement that you add the chemicals. I like to add, even just adding plain baking soda makes an effective sponge. It's a little more abrasive, just as if you were scrubbing with baking soda. Some people don't like to use borax. I find borax to be a great laundry booster as well as cleaning booster, so I do not object. Plus there's a very, very small amount. So I'm gonna get my water heating, and I'll bring you back in just a moment to show you just how easy it is to create your own eraser sponges. So stay tuned. All right, well, into our container, I have placed 4 tablespoons of baking soda and 4 half teaspoons or 2 teaspoons of borax. So what I'm using is the 20 Mule Team Borax. Only brand I've ever been able to find. Purchased this at Walmart, not expensive. And then the Clover Valley baking soda. I believe this one came from Dollar General. I'm always on the hunt for large containers of baking soda because I do use it for cleaning as well as for making bath bombs. To this, I am going to add 2 cups of very warm water, maybe too warm of water. Kind of got distracted in the middle of making a video. I decided to run and get the mail, and when I did that, let's get you down a little further. Yeah, got a little distracted, started reading mail, and kind of forgot what I was doing. So that happens sometimes. So we have a nice mixed up mixture, and you do want to get everything good and dissolved so that it's even inside your sponge. Now, this I made enough mixture to do 4 sponges. And guys, there's a million ways people do this. Some only like using the baking soda, not the borax. I've seen it done with dish liquid and baking soda. So whatever types of messes you're cleaning up will probably largely determine what you want to put in. Then I'm just going to take, okay guys, this is so hard, my sponges, and only 3 will fit in at a time, and I'm just going to let them soak up this liquid really, really well. And then I'm actually going to wring them out a little bit, because it will take them forever to dry if you leave them hugely wet. And I'm just putting them back here on a regular old baking rack. Nothing special about that. And I will let them dry. Now it does take quite a while to let them dry. So generally what I will do then is put them in, these are just the containers that the thinly sliced lunch meat comes in. I think Hillshire Farms, I know Walmart's brand have blue lids. My mom eats a lot of that, so I snatched some containers from her house. So, yeah, I actually have enough to do 1 more. So if you just want to do these one at a time, 1/2 cup of water, tablespoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of borax if you choose to use it. Gosh, guys, I think I can get 6 out of this. I'd have to go hunting for some more containers. I'm sure I have more. All right. So it's really amazing how much water one of these will hold. All right. So we have 6 sponges here. We'll let those dry for a day or so. And then I want to take you just to show you a few updates on things that we've worked on in recent videos, show you my progress. It's raining today, so we won't be going out to the garden, but I know my videos have been fairly long, and for some people, that's not what y'all want to watch, so this is going to be a shorter video for all of those who love short videos, so stay tuned. So the first thing I want to share with you is my new, as I call it, Sippy Cup. So this is the Circle, CIRKUL bottle. I did purchase the metal bottle instead of the plastic bottle that's included with your first order. And what I love about this is these are cartridges that you actually slide into the top of your water bottle. So they look like this. Each cartridge has different flavoring. They have like 45 flavors, but there are different benefits. There is Life Sip, which has vitamins. There is Go Sip, which gives you energy. There is, wait for it, Tea Sip, which is really yum, let me tell you. So they do have some that don't have any sweetener at all, but what I love about this is it's clear. I also love that at the top, I don't know if you can see, let me twist this. Okay, there we go. This piece twists, and you can adjust how strong. We don't want it at 10. You want it from 1 to 10. Of course, the stronger you make it, the faster you're gonna go through your cartridge. This, you can have a one-time purchase, you can purchase as you need it, or you can do the monthly subscription. But I love that it's clear, so there's no coloring. I love that it is healthier than the highly dyed blends that I was using. And I also like that you can adjust how strong you want it. So maybe if you're having a meal, you want a little bit of flavor with your water, so you may want to turn it up. Maybe if you're just plain thirsty, you can turn the flavor cartridge completely off. The bottle that's plastic, let me see if I can reach it, guys. Probably not. Short girl problems. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I got a few other things. So this is what the clear plastic bottle looks like. So it's a little bit smaller looking, but that's because this is insulated. I haven't tried this, but again, you just screw the cartridge in, super easy, and so many flavors. So let me share with you how many flavors. I think I stole, whoa! Oh no, oh no. Blooper. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that in there. So I have watermelon, which is really good. Strawberry watermelon, peach mango, strawberry kiwi, black cherry, berry pomegranate, blueberry cranberry, that's the same one, blackberry, and then I got several each of the teas. I got raspberry tea, peach tea, and sweet tea and lemon. And I have only tried 2 flavors, but there isn't a bad one in the bunch. So I will leave a link below. In full disclosure, I believe if you use that link to do your ordering, I will receive a small credit towards my next cartridge purchase, but I highly recommend it, especially if you have trouble drinking plain water, which I really don't. I just like the flavored, but you're trying to avoid all of the crazy additives. And if you don't want even the sweetener, they do have options for that as well. So that is update number 1. So update number 2, 30 pounds of tomatoes, canned, all 11 quarts sealed. Now, in full disclosure, I think I probably either held out or ate about 5 pounds, so this probably isn't a full 30 pounds. Also, you will notice some of my jars have like a white residue on the top, and some are perfectly clean. I used a cold pack method, so when my canner was finished, I dumped the water, refilled it with cold water because I was starting with cold tomatoes, cold jars. Because of that, I forgot to put my vinegar in, and I really have a lot of heavy water deposits. So I'll be washing these. It's not been quite 24 hours. I'll be washing these with some vinegar in the water to remove that unsightly residue. Certainly doesn't hurt the quality of the tomatoes, but aren't these gorgeous? Also, I had a little avalanche in my canning supplies, and I totally forgot I had these. So these are, I'll try to focus here. These are mini jars. These are Ball brand. I've had these for a few years. I bought them once end of season because I thought they were so cute. And I also thought they would be really great for herbs. So this is stamped May 9th, 2019. So I've had them a couple years. But look, they look just like a jar. Canning jar, I should say. And they say ball mason on them. But the lids are just regular, like airtight lids. It says not for preserving on them. So I'm going to use these to put some of my homegrown herbs in to share with my son. And I think he will be delighted to have them in the cute little jars. And incidentally, my son ordered 6 of these and my son cans. But in fairness, my son works more than a full-time job. He works many, many hours a week. And to source them, prep them, can them, he would have virtually no free time. So of course mom's gonna step in and do tomatoes for him. So like half of these are for him, the other half will go in my pantry. But it was really cute because he was like, Mom, do you know how much better soups and chilies taste with your tomatoes? I'm like, yeah, you grew up on that. So I certainly do. And also so that people who live near me aren't thinking, why are my tomatoes not producing like that? And these were purchased from the Mennonite auction in southern Ohio area. So I did not grow these. I do have tomatoes. Some are even that big on the vine. I have 4 full-size tomato plants, 2 of the little Brad's Atomic Grape cherry tomatoes. Everything has at least bloomed. So, you know, it's coming along on I'm filming this on the 1st of July. So stay tuned for update number 3. So many of you may have watched the video where I repotted my root-bound peace plant. And I wanted to show you, look how happy. I did not fertilize it. I did nothing but put it in a new container where it could really grow with some new potting soil. I counted a dozen blooms, so it's very happy. My aloe, if you noticed in the previous video, it was very pale. It's certainly gotten much, much greener. So both of these plants doing very well after repotting. So the final update today is, yes, my dehydrator is running again. So this will be the 3rd full dehydrator of herbs. And guys, it just smells amazing in here. So today I'm dehydrating dill, sage, and basil. I have done some rosemary as well. Sorry, got distracted. We have had such a dry spell after all the rain that my rain barrel was empty, completely empty. So twice this year I have emptied a 50-gallon rain barrel watering my garden. So I just happened to glance out because my rain barrel runneth over. So I'm very, very thankful. I mean, certainly I can use my city water to water the garden, but not only is it a lot more economical not to do that, it seems like my plants do better when I don't do that. I also wanted to share the borage that I transplanted is almost ready to bloom. I'm gonna check and see if it's raining. It kind of looks like it might be. Maybe I'll pop outside for just some final words, so stay tuned. So I'm really glad I popped out here because look, guys, we have our first open borage bloom, and you can see there's a seed in the center, but this one's loaded. And there's actually more back here getting ready to bloom, so it survived the transplant. I do have lots and lots of blooms on my Brad's Atomic Grape. This one has some blooms on it, but they haven't fully opened yet. This is from seed, my 2 Cosmic Eclipse. This is one of my Better Boy, and you can see I do have tomatoes. And then let's swing around, see if I can do this without falling over the fence. Not only do I have loads of blooms, I've got some sizable tomatoes on this plant. So garden doing well. So just to give you a quick and final update, my hostas are either blooming or ready to bloom. Got some lilies ready to go. My balloon flowers have fallen over from the heavy rain, but they are blooming. This huge hosta is getting ready to bloom, and loads of my wildflowers have bloomed out. I'm super pleased with that. Please excuse the coffee grounds and the couple weeds on my hydrangea. And my clematis is still faring well, and I need to cut this back. This is the yucca. So thank you for joining me today. Drop me a comment below. How is your little homestead or yard or container garden going? And have you ever made your own magic sponges? And if so, what do you like to add to it? So again, I'm glad you're part of my YouTube family. Thank you so much for your loyalty, for your subscription, for your likes, for your lovely comments. And for those of you who ask, I'm making an effort to wear my hair down. This was probably not the time of the year to try to do it because it takes me about an hour to get all of this dry and straightened. And then when it's humid, like it is today, it just frizzes up and will have to be re-flat ironed tomorrow. But I do appreciate the sweet and kind comments. So as always, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.